hello there, everyone. Let's piss off a great many people with an opinion, shall we? So, Asmongold gave he flipped out about the Palestine-Israel situation. So here's a quick rundown for those of you who don't know about the historical situation. So, 2,000 years ago, there was a guy called Abraham. He had two wives. One was Sarah and one was Hagar. Sarah couldn't conceive for whatever reason. So he married Hagar, I think. And he had a son called Ishmael, the firstborn. And then later he had a second son with Sarah, Isaac. So Ishmael and Isaac, this caused a split, a rift between the two peoples. And now, since for about the better part of 2,000 years, there's been a 2,000 year family spat. And that's essentially what the Levant is, will be, and will indefinitely be in conflict for forever until, if you believe Jesus comes back and brings peace, or until one side one day gets totally eliminated in some apocalyptic war. So when Asmongold gives his opinion, I find it fucking hilarious how these content creators, these big name content creators, whether it's Moist Critical, Asmongold, or these other people will give a take or their opinion, and they'll immediately shit their fucking pants and do an apology video. Same thing with like Jake Paul, right? When he went to Suicide Forest and didn't expect to see a dead fucking corpse and saw a dead fucking corpse and then made an apology video. So here it is, ladies and gentlemen. It's all bullshit. You see, these people give a shit take, or they think what they give a appropriate take based on how the water feels, and then they get shit on for it. They get a lot of clap back, and then they absolutely flip out. And then now Asmongold has a 20-minute apology video that's netted 2.8 million views, which I don't know if it's monetized, but if you see a pattern here, these content creators or YouTubers will give a shit opinion. Again, like I said before, clap back. And then they do an apology video, which, of course, if you monetize that motherfucker, and even if you don't, you're getting tons of eyeballs on your channel because you're apologizing for your take, which is something I thought we could give in this 21st century. But regardless, so yeah, there's about 2,000 year history with this particular topic. And regardless of how you approach it, you're going to be one of two things. A terrorist sympathizer with the Palestinians, or you're going to be a Zionist terrorist sympathizer, depending on your take. This is one of these takes where you can give a take and you're going to be making someone mad. You're going to be making enemies. People are going to be pissed off no matter what your opinion. Even in my opinion, so let's say you take a middle-of-the-road stance, right? You say, oh, Israel has the right to defend itself, Palestine and Palestinians have a right to exist, and how about we stop slaughtering civilians? Could we stop doing that as a human species? You're going to get shit on. You're going to get death threats. People are going to tell you to kill yourself because there's this form of sectarian mind virus of both sides that if you go against one or the other, all of a sudden you're this, that, or the other. It's a very binary topic. But I just find it funny that Asmongold, Moist Critical, Jake Paul, and these other content creators, when they give a take or do something stupid, which leads to an apology video, which is by design, so they get more publicity to their bullshit channels. So that's why they do it. They give some shit fucking terrible take, or maybe just a knee-jerk reaction take, and they can't stand the heat in the kitchen, so they make a fucking apology video. And it's by design. It's so they can get more publicity. So when you look at content creators, no matter how much you love them, always assume that there's a section of them that does shit on purpose to get, because otherwise they wouldn't be succeeding as a content creator or YouTuber in the first place if they weren't doing that. Look at Boogie, right? About him faking cancer. Look at all the publicity that got. Yeah, it's bad. But there's also the cancer, the crypto shit, and now he's with Local Live with Keemstar, making quite a hefty, like what, 5,000 a month, something like that. He's getting paid. So there's no action reaction to these people. They do this shit on purpose, and that's what I think Asmongold, the 20 minutes I saw, This guy is such a Weasley little fuck. Pardon my French. Now he's like groveling. He's like, oh, I swear to God, I'll visit the Middle East. I'll see Saudi Arabia, Dubai, and Istanbul. Please don't just chop my head off, right? Justifiably so, because you said something that's going to irritate people who are quite sectarian in their opinion. And same thing if the other side. Let's say if you even took the side of the Palestinians, well, then you'd have like Zionists, and you'd have people in the West wanting to call for your death. And he mentioned something about being a part of our atheism. And the one thing I find amazing is he probably tore the shit into Christians and Buddhists. But Buddhists and Christians normally, you know, if someone craps on them or like is really heretical against their faith, you know, they're not going to commit reciprocity or violence against people. Normally, like I'd say about 99% of them are not going to commit violence or clap back against someone who's skeptical of their religion. Now, the other side, the Muslim persuasion, usually, if you insult the Prophet Muhammad, usually you're not too long for this world. Or if you give opinion that's too saucy for them, you're not too long for this world. But I just, this form of weaselness that I see from Asmongold, I can't help but to think and to be conspiratorial that he did this shit on purpose for publicity. Because anyone who's been around long enough knows like what kind of topics are just absolute powder kegs. And if you approach any fucking opinion that involves the Greater Levant or the Middle East, depending on your opinion, it's bad. But this is a guy who's blaming his lifestyle, and if there's any point that I'm trying to make to this video, he blames his lifestyle. Oh, he's streaming, he made fun of people, and oh gosh, boy howdy, his opinion led, his lifestyle led to this opinion, and oh boy, please forgive me because I was depressed and not in the right headspace, right? He's trying to do that shit, which all these YouTubers do. And again, this guy says his life is over when he's worth a net worth of $5 million, has his own house. He makes a living playing video games and doing like shit content like this for a living. Could we only be that lucky to be that our life is over kind of issue? If your life is over and your net worth is $5 million, boy, a lot of us would like to have our life be over. If that's your definition of my life's over, right? Because you gave one opinion about a touchy topic. So again, it's just, I find it funny that these content creators will give one solid opinion and admittedly shit their fucking pants and make an apology video. You know, they could just be based and roll with it, you know, but they're content creators. That's how they make their money, by not only make the bullshit through the apology video, but by getting publicity. And it's like I said in the stream where I did a rant about this already, is he's steering his bus a little bit to the left. The coins are appearing on the left side of the political scale now. So he's dialing it over a bit. And I said this too as a prediction. If Trump gets elected, it's gonna be very economically sound to be anti-Trump and anti-right if he gets elected in power, because then you can say the election's cheated, and you could just scoop up all those coins from Antifa, the extreme left, extremely like the people who are sectarian aligned on the Palestine side, right? So you can kind of see where he's picking up the coins. He's steering the bus left a little bit. And that's what grifters do. That's what these content creators do. They create a situation which they have to apologize for. They get tons of viewership and just attention that way. And of course, now they can scoop up all these other gullible people that think, oh, he's such a good-hearted guy. He's apologizing because he said his opinion was, right? And I quite frankly think it's all bullshit. I've taken up over 9 minutes, like, just ranting about this in some, like, unhinged rant, like a crazy guy. But I can't, I don't buy it for 1 minute. He's probably got that apology video with ads out the ass. And if not, he's benefiting from some point, and he's setting up a merger to the left side of things when it comes to this topic. And he's being a little Just groveling little shit. I can't believe it. But I guess, that's why he has over 2 million subs and why I got like a dead channel here of like 1,000 subs. So I guess he's doing something right. But, if it comes down, if I had to quite frankly scoop to that level and be a groveling little turd, you know, if I, like, I don't know, quite frankly, if I find myself in that situation, I swear, I just, like, but, I don't know. It's it's just bullshit. And the thing that really just chapped my ass was when this fucking guy was like, "Oh, my life is over." It's like, you got a 5 million net worth, buddy, and the community you've built and the channel you've built isn't going anywhere. I mean, you probably got people who are hardcore like stands and sims. So, like, your career isn't over, buddy. Like, chillax. Your Twitch ban is only for like 30 days, bro. It's not a permanent ban. So don't think about eating a gun barrel or committing seppuku just yet. I mean, you're far. Your career is far from over, bud. But with that, there's another angle here. There's another pet peeve of mine is with these content creators is the, like, I mean, even though I've been complaining about, you know what, fuck it, we'll just end it here because again, I've been prattling on for 12 minutes about shit that's really doesn't matter at all. But yeah, that's just my 2 cents on pet peeve. And anyone who knows anything about the history of that region, like I told, 2,000 years of what's essentially a family dispute over 2,000 years. And these people are going to be slaughtering each other till Judgment Day, or until, Jesus returns, or until apocalypse happens. But until then, and, I just find it weird how there's a grown-ass person who wouldn't figure that there would be clapback based on their opinion about this. And you would get clapped back no matter what your perspective is. It's like also like the Ukraine-Russia war, right? If you give any form of semblance or criticism against Zelensky or the war in general, all of a sudden you'll have people saying, "You're a Russian Putin propagandist, you son of a bitch," right? So it's just amusing. All these content creators, they can't give a single opinion without shitting their fucking pants and making an apology video over it. And I'm just sick of it. Anyways, hopefully you got a laugh out of this crazy video where I'm just spazzing out an autistic rant about apology videos and YouTubers and how I think it's all bullshit. Don't mind me, I'm losing my mind over here. Hopefully you found it entertaining. See you next time. God bless. Stay happy, stay healthy. And until next time, take it easy.